Hi everyone, Petrik here. Today's video will be the new episode of SFF Spotlight, and yeah, this is episode number 106. It has been 2 weeks since my previous episode, and today I have about 15 topics to talk about. Just like always, this is a series of videos where I talk about new book news, new Kickstarter campaign, new cover reveal, and also a new special edition in the adult science fiction and fantasy genre. And in today's video, I will start by talking about Kickstarter campaign first, because I have two Kickstarter campaigns I want to spotlight today. And the first one is about this super epic fantasy anthology being published by Grim Oak Press together with Peter Orullian, and this is for Unbroken, consisting of 36 fantasy authors such as Brandon Sanderson, Robin Hobb, Ryan Cahill, Christopher Ruocchio, Johnny Wirtz, and so many more names like Tad Williams. Well, this fantasy anthology is shaping up to be something truly incredible, and it is about almost 300,000 words long. It should be about 800 pages long, and also the book will consist of multiple tiers from the cheapest to the most expensive and the most rare editions, featuring cover art by Donato Giancola, Todd Lockwood, and also Alan Morris, with interior artwork by Julia Madalina. And yeah, it will come with the full specs, such as acid-free paper, Smithson binding, and also, of course, the most important part, the stories themselves. 36 short stories. And yeah, I think the total word count will be 270,000 words long. And I have read actually one story contained in this anthology titled Life by Christopher Ruocchio. And if you're a fan of the Sun Eater and you manage to conclude while reading the entire series of the Sun Eater, you will want to read Life. Trust me, you will want to. This is a continuation or what happened after the end of the Sun Eater series, and you will want to read this, trust me. But beyond that, as I said, Grim Oak Press is going all out on the production of this Kickstarter campaign, and I highly recommend it to check out the Kickstarter campaign. I have put the link in the description down below, and I look forward to owning a copy. I'm not sure which tier yet of this anthology, and yeah, the Kickstarter campaign goes live today. By the time this video is posted, it should be live now. And the second Kickstarter campaign I want to spotlight today, this will be for the Rascor Plains by Phil Tucker. So this is the sequel to Bastion. I don't have a copy of Bastion from the Kickstarter campaign with me yet. This is the title of this series is The Great Immortal Souls, and it has been praised by many fans of progression fantasy as being one of the best progression epic fantasy series out there. I have only tried reading the first 25% of Bastion, but back then I remember I was super busy, so I had to put the book down because it is a huge book. The first book alone is I think it's about 900 pages long or close to that number. And I haven't read Bastion again since then, but the special edition being published with the Kickstarter campaign here, at least for the first book, from the pictures that I've seen online, looks absolutely gorgeous. And the same artist with some additional artists will be back to contribute their skill to the sequel here, the Rascor Plains. And the Kickstarter campaign for this one has been fully funded. And well, I look forward to seeing how this will turns out. But that's it for the topic of Kickstarter campaign. And before I start talking about special edition, well, I want to talk about new book announcement first. New books and also cover reveals. First, we have A Snake Among Swans by Hannah Kaffner. So this is the newest book from the author of The God Killer. I think the title of that series is actually The God Killer Trilogy, but again, I could be wrong about that. But this is the newest book from the author, and just like the first trilogy by Hannah, well, the cover art for this one is being done by Tom Roberts again, and I do think that this is the best cover art being done by Tom Roberts for Hannah so far. And the premise of the book, you can check it out in the description down below. But moving on, we have The Bishop of Durham Attempts to Surrender the City by Susanna Clarke. So this is the newest book by Susanna Clarke after Jonathan Strange and also Mr. Norrell and also Piranesi. So those are pretty much the only two books by Susanna Clarke that I actually know of. If there is something else, do let me know about it. But this is the newest book, and it is actually a prequel title to Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I have watched Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell the TV show adaptation, and I think it was incredible. I really loved the show, and of course, Piranesi is such a great novel. The less you know about the book, Piranesi, is actually the better. I highly recommend you to pick up the book. It's incredible. I think many of you will end up loving that one. But this is the newest title from Susanna Clarke, and I think I will end up reading it as well. For the next two topics, these are actually a re-release with a new cover art and also arriving in new paperback format, if I'm not mistaken. So this one is for one of my favorite trilogies of all time, and I still think that to this day, this is still criminally underrated. And I'm talking about the new paperback edition of the Divine series trilogy by Robert Jackson Bennett. So Robert Jackson Bennett, I think many of you will know him now for his work on the Shadow of the Leviathan series that begins with the Tainted Cup. And that's understandable. It is an incredible book. And that's another reminder for me to actually continue reading the series to A Drop of Corruption. But anyway, back to topic here. Before the release of the Shadow of the Leviathan or even the Founders trilogy, I was already a huge fan of of Robert Jackson Bennett's books through my love for the Divine series trilogy. It is an absolutely insane and also epic urban, probably it's correct to call this an urban epic fantasy series. But yeah, I love this series so much. I still remember Sigurd and also the three key characters, the three main characters of each book in the Divine series trilogy. And it is getting a new paperback format with the cover art, I believe, being done by Will Stell, who also did the US cover art of the Shadow of the Leviathan series. But if you haven't read the Divine series trilogy yet, please pick it up. It is amazing. Seriously, I need to read it, this series. And after that, we have a new paperback edition for Naomi Novik, a standalone novel. So this consists of Uprooted, Spinning Silver, and also Summer Wars. And I have read Uprooted and Spinning Silver. Absolutely dislike Uprooted, absolutely love Spinning Silver. I haven't read the Summer War yet, and let's see whether I will end up enjoying that one or not. But there are all three books here. Well, Summer War is not a new cover, but the cover art of Uprooted and also Spinning Silver is being redesigned to match the cover art of Summer Wars. If you have read Summer Wars, let me know what you think about it. The premise do sound incredibly interesting to me, and I think I will be reading that book as well. But now, two more topics and then we will talk about special editions. For this one, this is for a cover reveal of a new book in the Schism of Soul series by Cal Logan. So this is for Shadow Vein. The cover art is being done by Andre Batts, and this is a self-published fantasy series. I haven't read this book, I haven't read this series yet, but this series, I think you can probably tell from the cover art, it is Japanese and also anime-inspired epic fantasy novels, and that usually bodes really well with me as a big fan of manga and anime, and I think I will have to pick up this book as well. And then after that, speaking of self-published fantasy books, well, something has been traditionally picked up by a publisher, and I'm talking about the Time of Dragons series by Philip C. Quaintrell. Begins with Once There Were Heroes, and I just finished reading this book last month. I think it was last month. So I will be talking about that in my monthly wrap-up video. But anyway, the Broken Binding Publishing has picked up A Time of Dragons. So just like the Bound and the Broken series and also Songs of the Dead and also Demon Star, well, this is the next title to be traditionally published by the Broken Binding Publishing, and it is slated to be released in 2027. But congratulations to Philip C. Quaintrell. I guess we will be working together for many years to come. Fingers crossed. And now, let's talk about special editions. Speaking of the Broken Binding, I guess I'll continue by talking about the Broken Binding announcement first. Well, first one, we have the board art of Disquiet Gods, the sixth book in the Sun Eater series by Ruocchio, revealed. And this is done by Peng Lu, of course. And yeah, I think if you have read the book, you will know what's in. That's Hadrian and, well, somebody else, in case you don't know, in Jud. Yeah, one of my favorite planets in the entire Sun Eater series. And this was done for quite a while now, and I'm glad we can finally reveal this board art. Hopefully we'll have more news about the final set of Sun Eater Broken Binding Edition. For the next one, this is just a reminder that the last contract of Isako by Fonda, which is slated to be out soon, well, the Broken Binding Edition is available to pre-order now. This features new cover art by Randy Vargas and also board art by Daniel Kamarudin and end paper artwork by Peng Lu and also Patricia Gutierrez plus edges by Yara Isabel. And yeah, I really enjoyed working on this edition, on top of absolutely loving the book. Of course, it's Fonda. I tend to love the books that she writes, including the Greenbone Saga. Everything in the Greenbone Saga is just absolutely amazing for me. But yeah, The Last Contract of Isako is not an exception to that. So if you want to pre-order this book, it is possible to do that now. And then we have the announcement, just a small teaser, well, not small, but this is the cover reveal for the Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. Again, it is an honor to be directing the special edition for Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. I know how important this book is to so many people, and I wanted to do justice to this special edition, and I hope we'll be able to succeed at that. And this cover art is done by John Anthony Di Giovanni. And when I got the assignment to work on Lonesome Dove, I knew immediately I wanted him to be the cover artist for this. I wrote the full art brief. John Anthony just exceeded my expectation. And he's really good at drawing characters, horses, and skies. And some comments have mentioned Mark Maggiore, and that's a really good catch, because Mark Maggiore is indeed one of the main inspirations. We compiled many Western paintings before we work on the cover art of Lonesome Dove, and Mark Maggiore's is certainly one of the main inspiration behind the sky of this cover art. And if you haven't checked out his artwork, you should check them out. It is stunning, absolutely stunning, and it's like magic, really. And but this edition, it will comes with Smithson binding. Also acid-free paper on an, I think, 90 GSM acid-free paper, plus board art and also interior artwork, and also paper by Kevin Kill, and it will come with gilded edges as well. So we're going all out on the production of Lonesome Dove, as the book deserves, because it is an absolutely amazing book. But more details about this to come soon. Lastly, the last Broken Binding edition I want to talk about, this is about the new announcement for the SF&F subscription. This is for the month of June. I think many of you know what the book is about by now. And I cannot talk about it, but there will be more details about this one soon as well. Probably in the month of June. I hope any of you will end up liking the overall design, and also all the artwork being put into this edition of SF&F subscription, because I do think that so far up to the month of June, I do think that the month of June is actually the best when it comes to overall design in the SF&F subscription. And last special edition on the Spotlight, this is from the traditional publisher. This is about Alchemised. Alchemised by Senlinyu is getting a new Deluxe Slipcase edition. So the slipcase is illustrated by the legendary Wiley Beckert, and also it will comes with interior artwork, black and white, by Avendel. I haven't read Alchemised yet. I don't know when I will get the chance to do that, but I know that there are many fans of Alchemised watching this video as well. So here's your chance to pre-order this book. And finally, the last two topics I want to talk about today is actually about a movie adaptation, and something that's quite unbelievable. I do not think this will be happening, and I'm honestly not sure what to expect here. I don't know whether they will be good or not, but here it is. Elden Ring, one of my favorite video games of all time, just like pretty much all From Software games. Well, it is getting a movie adaptation, I think produced by A24. And I thought this was going to be a joke and it wouldn't happen or something, but it seems like it's really happening. And I really don't know what to expect here. Hopefully it will be good, but usually video games being adapted to movies doesn't work well, and I hope, maybe Elden Ring can break the curse. One thing that I do know though, the director seems to be a huge fan of Elden Ring, and I saw the statue of Marika. It was quite a goosebump moment to see that being realized. And finally, the last one is actually related to From Software games as well. So the announcement just came. Apparently Bloodborne is also getting a movie, an animated movie. And Jacksepticeye will be producing this animated movie. And I think he's going to do, he has said he's going to do justice to the movie adaptation. And animation, I think in general, has a better chance of being done right compared to live action, at least from my experience. And I hope this one it will succeed as well. I do love Bloodborne so much. I actually bought PS4 merely because I wanted to play Bloodborne at first. And yeah, it has been a long time, and I can't believe we still haven't get any remastered or anything related to Bloodborne, not even Bloodborne 2 or yeah, anything really. But I guess this is the answer, the movie adaptation. What a fine I'll do it myself moment. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's SFF Spotlight episode. That's about, I think, 15 or 16 topics. And again, just like always, let me know what you think about all the news that I spotlighted in the comment section down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support. Bye-bye. Lastly, I want to say thank you so much once again to all my patrons who keep on supporting me.